Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me today again after a brief hiatus is Devapriya ji as we talk about a topic that we have not touched in the past. Let's first welcome Devapriya ji and I'll tell you all about the topic. Namaskaram, sir.
Namaskar.
See, Devapriya ji has been an indefatigable warrior. He has been at this for more than 2 decades. And what we are finding out is the more we look into it, the more it stinks. What is it? This is the Church of South India. To understand what is Church of South India, how rich this organization is there an equivalent in the northern part of India, and what is their history and where things stand today? Let's talk to Devapriya ji. Devapriya ji, the floor is yours, sir. Talk to us. Tell us a little bit about CSI and take it away, sir.
No, if you take Christianity, it can be normally divided into two. One is Catholics and second is Protestant. Okay.
Yes.
See,
yes.
Protestant itself has been divided into 40,000 subsects. We will not go into it right now. So this Protestant churches, see, they came into India in 16th century by Scottish, with different groups. And before British was going in, they want to combine most of the Protestant churches. See, Lutheran got separated. It's called TELC. But most of the other Protestant groups combined together, including Baptist, British Anglicanism, all that comes under CSI. So they have called it Church of South India. Equivalent of it is Church of North India in North. Church of South, even Sri Lankan churches comes under Church of South India. 6 months back, there was a case in High Court which said the properties they own in South India is equivalent to 7 lakh crores. If they say 7 lakh crores, that will be mostly on the registration office value. You can double it into 2.5 times is the rule for acquiring as per Government of India land acquisition, which means that it is roughly 20 lakh crores. See, I got the earliest hint from a 2010 case in Madras High Court, which said, if you just come from Chennai Egmore Central Station to Egmore via Punamalli High Road, just behind Egmore, you have got a huge land of 9.5 acres. Okay, and the church, there is a church there, and only in half an acre, balance is vacant. And this is opposite to Dinatandi office for people if you know Chennai. So this land, that particular church was controlled by a Scottish national group, and they call it Kirk, which is 200 years old. They wanted to build a mall and apply for building mall in that 9 acres of land. Suddenly, CSI woke up and fought it in the High Court, saying that this land belongs to us. The Kirk Church claimed it belongs to us. The High Court said, give us both of us, you give the proof of your claim. The end result was it belonged to Government of India Military Department, Defense Department. And so the project got shelved. I made several tweets linking it to earlier defense minister, current defense minister, all that. Nobody took up it. The tweets get 200 shares and all that, but no result. See, if today at the near Egmore station, the one ground of 2,400 square feet costs you 10 to 12 lakhs. 1 acre is 18.15 acres, or roughly 1 acre is 200 crores. 9 acres will be 1,800 crores. So if this land is available with defense military for any emergency, see, even, we face today the floods in 𝗲𝗲𝗏 and other places. They immediately rush. If they have a godown or something wherein they can park their items, it will be very, very useful. When the earlier time Tuticorin flood came in, military sent their helicopters from 3 spots. One is Coimbatore, Sulur, second is Vizag, Walter, and third is Rajali in Arakonam. So if they have one in Chennai, that will be more useful and they can do it. But nobody has taken. See, the church rules are, when a government gives a land, I said 7 lakh crores, 90% of the lands belong to people, and it were given either lease or freehold to churches between 1940 and 47. So before they leave, they wanted to throw away all the Indian property to churches. Most of them are 100 years or 50 years, but nobody knew what are the conditions behind it. I just remind you one more case, which 1 week back, it is a land in Madurai, 40 acres of land, wherein it abuts also water body. Some portion of the lands could be in water body, and the balance of it there are shopping complex owned by CSI, and balance they have sold around 9 acres of land to a real estate company, and there a huge complex have come. The whole land was given by British government, saying that to an American missionary society, saying that this land must be used for widows and orphanage. They have not used it for any day. If they don't use it for that, and the lease deed itself says if they don't use it, it should return to Tamil Nadu government. Now that land is valued around 1,000 acres. They have not used it for it, and they have sold it.
1,000 crores.
1,000 crores. The land transfer of that 9 acres several years back shows only around 30 crores or something. Balance have gone to the bishop. You go to every CS, there are almost 93 divisions of CSI. They call it CSI districts, church districts or biblical districts. In Tamil, they call Vedagama Marimavatam. Okay. So, I have to put a simple example. I'll give you, they are very strong in Kanyakumari, Tirunelveli and Thoothukudi. This Kanyakumari, Tirunelveli is called 𝗟𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏𝗏 Marimavatam. And I am quoting from a CSI past, a bishop's book, Jamakaran. They got it by RTI that between 2017 and 21, 5 years, that church spent 52 crores to pay to lawyers to save their bishops against the church cases. So if they have paid lawyers 52 crores, then that means what is the charges and how much is the money involved. You can understand. Almost every year they have been paying 10 crores. See, there is a CSI church, Christian, who is an ex-army man, ex-serviceman. He is Major Matthews, if I remember correct. I met him in a book release function. He was the chief guest on it. He said, I am fighting cases in 89 out of the 93 churches, and I've got 39 of them indicted without any loss. What they tried to do was, they said, you are no more a church member, you are offending, you cannot be called a member of CSI church anymore, and they threw him out. He fought that case also, and he came back into it. Now, I'll give you another example. Coimbatore CSI. They run many schools. This is another problem, sir. We say we are a secular country and 85% of Indians are Hindus. But if you take into aided schools, see, there are two types of schools which are government run. One is directly government running it. They call it municipal school and other schools. Second is aided schools. 90% of aided schools in Tamil Nadu are run by directly Catholic or CSI churches and even Lutheran churches. So this Coimbatore church, has got its own pastors and its own schools. The employees and pastor's salary, they deduct PF, 12.5% of monthly salary are deducted, and the employer has to contribute the equivalent, and that should be put in PPF, Government Provident Fund Office or a private trust which follows those rules. So in this case, a Coimbatore pastor was asking his own superiors how much is the contribution, you can, if you are a PF member, you can apply and know what is your contribution annually. Like that, he asked this superior, give me what is my PF number and what is the contribution accounted for. He was not getting any reply. He said, I am going to court, I am going to complain. After 4 years of continuous struggle, 4th year, he got a new account, has been opened 4 months back, and they showed only 4 months of money being put on his account.
Basically, they swallowed everything else.
Roughly, it is estimated around 25 crores, and this complaint came in the newspapers more than 1.5 years back. Nobody is arrested. 25 crores of money of more than thousands of poor workers are swindled by bishops and pastors. But no action has been, case has been filed, but nobody has been filed. If somebody talks anything against DMK, then they would be arrested. But if somebody swindles 25 crores money or swindles 1,600 crores of Indian government's property, nothing is a problem for the DMK government. And in the CSI, they used to have elections every year to choose the top person. And in most of the cases in districts, I have seen scooter being given free for people to vote them. And recently, CSA elections for Coimbatore has to be run, and a pastor who belongs, a convert from SC scheduled caste, has said, I have been disqualified from voting because I am a scheduled caste convert. So this is happening. And if you take the alternate 𝗟𝗡 church, 𝗟𝗡 church has got 15,000 SC converts who have qualified themselves as pastors and are ready to become bishops. Not even a handful of them. I mean, actually, I have the video in Dinathanthi. You can see that, which says not even one bishop. Right now, I think one or two has been made bishop out of 15,000. So caste discrimination is quite there. Yeah.
So I just want to clarify to those of you who may not know the terminology. 𝗟𝗡, I think, is Roman Catholic. Essentially, it's a Catholic church. And
Yes.
what Devapriya ji is saying is 15,000 people, scheduled caste members, who have converted and have actually studied the courses and they are eligible to be appointed. Now they are being discriminated. Why? Is it because they are Dalits or is it because they are converted? What is your choice, sir?
No, it is because they are Dalits. I mean, the churches are totally caste-oriented. Mostly, Nadar converts are holding the churches. I mean, all churches. No two doubts about it. But Nadar Samajam, there are very good friends of Nadar Samajam are fighting it. Now, if I say Catholics alone, I mean, CSI alone is the problem. The same problem is there with Lutheran churches. I mean, I think 4 or 5 years back, Lutheran churches, several land disputes came, and church appointed the retired justice, who is, Justice 𝗪𝗓𝗄𝗏 𝗔𝗠, who is known for his anti-Hindu statements quite often, and given very poor judgments, which have been set aside by these benches earlier. Now, so he is working for the last 5 years at a remuneration of 1 lakh. Now, the CSI churches, Church of South India. Now, I'll give you another example. Bangalore metro station came. If you're going from Bangalore towards Shivaji Nagar, you have got Richmond town, and there they wanted a land, and they got it from CSI church, and Namma Metro gave them 60 crore rupees. After that, they got the documents, and when they verified the documents, it belonged to defense. ED attached the properties. They have fixed deposits of CSI church for giving defense land and taking 60 crores. This happened in 2020. This is how the state of India is. Now, the same thing is there with Catholic churches also. They have, if you are traveling from Chennai to towards Trichy or Madurai or Coimbatore, you have to go via Melmarvattur. Just before Melmarvattur is Acharapakkam, which there is a huge hill. You will now see a huge church which came up after 1990 in the eyes of this world. It is called Malaimada Church. Belonging to the Shivan temple. But when the rumors are when Mr. Sahayam, a Christian convert, conferred IAS, he is not an IAS officer, a conferred IAS was the deputy collector. He gave pattas to the land. Still, after a case by Hindu Munnadi, they said 20 acres of land is belonging to the government or the temple. They have not recovered it at least 5 years back. I think few days back, somebody said we are going to protest. He was arrested. Government is not taking over the land. So this happens everywhere. Now, CSI church. Now, if you think church is a social organization, as per their court submissions and judgments, today CSI is called a profit-making company, and comes under Companies Act. Now, I don't know what is this happening, but still this is the situation. And in every church, there is, in Kerala, it's not the question. Kerala, they run a medical college and taking money as donations from NRIs, and it is around 100 crores. Black money was collected, left, and NRIs were shouting. And that is why churches supported Congress in the MP elections. I am quoting 2019, not the recent. So later they made some adjustments still, and they won the MLA elections. So this is how, wherever churches are there, they are swindling Tamil's properties. And this happens even today. There is a school in Tirunelveli, Amali School, which is located on 9 acres of land, and some portion of the churches behind are all temple lands worth more than 500 to 600 crores. In 2014, local BJP Hindu Munnani got a vacation notice that was not implemented. In 23 November, I think the High Court said, throw away from there after this educational year in March, April. So 24 March, April, they should have been thrown out. but the school continues there. And if I remember correct, the temple hr&c said we will get 2,000 rupees rent per year for 500 crores worth of property by regularization. Now, if the land is not there, how did they construct the buildings? How did they got approvals? I'm not sure. But now the further joke is last month, that school showed 2 new latest movies. One is GOAT of this Joseph Vijay and another is Vettayan of Rajini, and asked students to pay money for showing those. I mean, both have got copyrighted movies. One belongs to Udayanidhi's Red Giant, and this is continuing. No, I mean, we cannot say anything.
Well, one question I have, Devapriya ji. So there is a court order. Hindu Munani got a court order to vacate for these people. The government doesn't act on that. That means basically the government is in contempt of court. Again, the winner, for example, Hindu Munani in this case, I'm just saying it could be XYZ, it doesn't matter. Go back and say that the government has committed a contempt of court. Then what happens, Devapriya ji?
We don't know the other side of the story. They would have given a letter saying we will vacate sometime later, or they could have got a stay. This is the problem. This is not the only case. I mean, I'll tell you another case in Chennai. And I mean, government helps churches and the institutions. See, if you are going towards Bangalore from Chennai after Pundamalli, you have got Queensland, a theme park, and opposite which there will be Loyola College of Technology, and nearby both the sides you will have St. John International School. St. John's International School charges 2 to 3 lakh rupees per quarter or half yearly, and was running for the last 20 years and having around 700 students. And recently, the government went in saying that they were not paying rent. Rent balance of around 20 crores is due. And when they entered the school building, they saw they have occupied another 20 acres in the big backside, which belongs to government, but it is not directly government. They called it as Inam lands. It is not Inam lands. They belong to a temple nearby in Papan Chatram, which is called 𝗏𝗙𝗎 Vishwanatha and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 temple. And it was donated by a Jamindar, totally 177.77 acres in 19th century, around 1886. And the government in this case, when they have not got the 20 crores, the same St. John's International has shifted their school to Velapan Chavadi already. So the government is helping them to absolve from the paying balance. They should have attached the Velapan Chavadi property also. They have not done it. Now, the government said we have recovered 500 crore worth of land, the balanced land. Now, if the 20 acres value is 500 crores, now what is the value of 177.77 acres, roughly 4,000 crores. So, Queensland, there is a case running, and Queensland is run by Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Congress MLA from Srivaiguндam, a Christian. His mother is a pastor running a separate Protestant church in MKN Road, Guindy. These are all well-known facts. So, nothing is happening. They just go and get a stay. In this Queensland case, a bench of 2 judges gave a judgment that he should pay the 9 crores and he should be thrown out to hr&c and 2 crores to Revenue Department and should be vacated. And after some time, the government and that Queensland owner, MLA from Congress, got a bench fixing, got a judge who will accommodate him, and a single judge gave a stay to a judgment from a double bench. I don't know.
That's blatantly wrong. How the heck can that be? 2 bench judge is higher than a single.
The Supreme Court judgment, I think you have a discussion with P.R. Ramesh. Supreme Court judgment has been overruled by a Tahsildar in Madurai, Meenakshi Amman temple. In Tamil Nadu, that is Dravidam. That is Dravidium. See, Dravidium means you take money from poor people, 25,000 people, saying that you will get job in transport department and give job to only around 500, 600 and swindle around 1,000 crores. And you were jailed for 400 days. When you come out, you will be called as a 𝗤𝗙𝗎 or a sacrifice. And
this is about Sendil Balaji.
Yes, exactly. So, no, Stalin gave this when he welcomed it, saying that your sacrifice is more than, Missa, that was emergency. See, in emergency days, the entire constitution was put into down, and they can arrest anybody, any person.
Yeah.
So now he says your sacrifice is more than the days of emergency, and we honor it. So of course, Supreme Court has again said 3-4 days back, how can you become a minister? But they didn't say throw him out. Mostly, I expect them on 13th is the next hearing. Mostly 11th or 12th, he will resign so that court. But in the meantime, already Sendil Balaji is acted in a very cleverly. One is he has given the contract for digital meters to Adani. Second is he has floated a coal tender for long term 3 years. No, power station will quote for more than 6 months because its rates will be floating. And in the specification itself, he has reduced the coal calorific value to suit Indonesian coal, which one of the mines belongs to Adani, and only 4 people have qualified. 2 belongs to Adani and 1 is an alternate, and 4th person has been disqualified, who has run into a court case. So this is around 5,000 crores of contract specifically designed to suit Adani, and Adani is reported to have flown from Bombay to Chennai by a special flight for 4 hours. He was with of course, this is now contested with Sendil Balaji yesterday, but his own DMK support newspapers cuttings are there online, so I don't have to worry about it. Let them ask them. Okay, we will come back. Okay, now this colleges and schools have employees and their salaries runs into several thousand crores every year. See, around 38,000 or 40,000 crores is the budget of Tamil Nadu Education Department, out of which salaries can contribute 90%. 40% of the schools belong to these churches. Now, out of which RC schools, they have been contesting for the last 25 years. We pastors and nuns who are headmisters or mother superiors, they call it headmisters or mother superior. They said we are not bound by Ambedkar's Indian Constitution. We are bound by Vatican law, and you should not deduct TDS out of salary. They are not paying taxes for the last 25 years. Their salary for a headmaster or a principal would be running around to 1.5 to 2 lakhs today, and they are not paying for it. Now, luckily, Chandrachud in this last year, he said, how can you say this? You have to pay taxes. If they collect for last 25 years, that may run into several hundred crores if properly accounted. Now, other thing is their appointments. Every appointment of teachers and lecturers are done only taking money. One of my nice friends is now in Florida, whose research articles are quoted in hundreds of this one is called Ramkumar, a Saurashtrian from Madurai. He said, I could not pay what this churches wanted, so I have come as a postdoctorate research scholar at Florida. Okay, this happens. And I'll quote you a simple example. 𝗟𝗏𝗏 bishop from Tamil Lutheran Sabai, Philip Martin, called the Hindu girl, Hema, collected 32 lakhs, converted and put her as a government employee, got a doctor, and his own church members gave a complaint to police, gave a complaint to educational department. Nothing happened. But the bishop is very, very, very politically savvy. I'm telling this is almost 2 years back. He went and met Udayanithi Stalin. That time he was only the leader of DMK Youth Wing, and he donated church money of 1 lakh to DMK Youth Wing. I don't know how public contribution to church can be given to a party, political party. This is how the Indian churches work. And one of the pastors, Kanyakumari, they conducted a protest march saying, you have come to the government because of our vote, and why your police and IAS officers are stopping us from putting illegal churches. This is the reason for the protest, where that bishop, Judge Ponnaiah said many things. For him, he was jailed for 7 counts, and out of which 5 counts he was released. But 2 counts he was found to be, charges are right, but the DMK has not run the cases and got punishments, whereas they are running behind Kasturis and others to arrest. Whereas they.
Absolutely.
So this is what is happening. So every church, I remember a case wherein teachers from Catholic schools protested at Santhom Bishop's house, and when newspapermen went to cover it, they were beaten. So this is how it goes. And another thing, why, I mean, you said I'm researching on Christianity. I have nothing against Christianity. I am a lover of Tirukkural. I happened to read a PhD thesis called Tirukkural Bible Saiva Siddhantam. It said St. Thomas came from all over from Israel and taught to Tiruvallur, and Tirukkural is a Christian book, and Saiva Siddhantam came from Bible and Tirukkural. This is the PhD which came in 83. This process started in 68, the moment DMK came into government, and a first book came called, the name of the book was called Tiruvallur Kristuvara, and it has a foreword from Karunanidhi. Whereas if you go
see, these people have understood what vote bank means. They are trendsetters in India. DMK is the trendsetter, whichever way you think about it. Scientific corruption, making sure that you bring this chauvinism, religious, regional chauvinism, this versus that, always create a question. And
now, only one small correction. They are guided by churches to do it right from 19th century. In 19th century, the freedom movement of South India was mostly done by Brahmins. So they made using a Dalit, Mr. Ayodhyadas Pandita. He brought into this what is called as linguistics and called most of the Tamil words to his own meaning and all. I mean, he did not convert. I mean, he called everything as Buddhist, but he did not convert to Buddhism. But after that, it was changed to Dravidianism with Justice Party. And these are all recorded by, for your good information, by California University Tamil Department, Sumati Ramaswamy, Patience of Tongue. Luckily, no Tamil scholar from South India will write it, but at least somebody from, America has, loaded it. So this is exactly how it is. Now, so this Catholic Church, I mean, in 2008, when Sonia Gandhi was the controlling India, they said we are going to put 100 crore investment. Today, 100 crore is small, but in 2007, you can think it. They started a project called St. Thomas, a Tamil movie, which will be multilingual, where they said Rajinikanth will act as Tiruvallur, and they said, St. Thomas gave the ideas for Tiruvallur to make Tirukkural. I mean, we made a huge protest over, net, Arvindan Neelakandan, Jadayu, all that. Later, it was picked up by Sree Ramagopalan-ji, Arjun Sampath, and it got stopped mostly due to 2G also. I mean, half of our effort, but 2G, in 2G, directly Santam Church was involved. And the Kanimuri has become an MP with the support of one 𝗥𝗘𝗙𝗿, who is a pastor. He started a movement called Tamil Mayam, and with them, they started a lot of movements. And this 𝗥𝗘𝗙𝗿 was involved in Hawala transactions in America and weapon movements. He was charge sheeted in 3 of the cases. I mean, along with 3 others, all the 3 were convicted. This man was allowed to escape with some church help. So this is exactly it's going. So church is directly, and LTTE was crushed because of church movement. They misguided them, and Sonia Gandhi helped. I mean, we are not supporting LTTE, but still, church did everything what Sri Lanka wanted, and they crushed them.
Thank you so much, sir. This is lots of problems. There is something rotten in the Church of South India. Will people take up?
Only one thing I've forgotten to tell. In the last 7 months, there are at least 3 or 4 judgments. We said every churches we are getting church properties are mishandled, miswindled, appointments of principals and all things are going. So let the government bring something like the HR&CE or Waqf board or for church properties. This has come in at least 3 High Court judgments, and they have even sent a notice to Supreme Court. Another thing is Christians misquadrating as scheduled case. It's quite a lot of Christians
masquerading.
Yeah, masquerading. They claim themselves as Hindus, or they get a certificate from Vishwa Hindu Parishad or Arya Samaj as Hindus, and they are occupying the Hindu positions. And recently, a girl from MTech student, MTech pass student, to get EB job, she said, I'm a SC, they are not giving it, but the particular Dasildar went into detail and said she got her BTech, MTech all using SC certificate. Now everything is a fraud, and Supreme Court has said a Christian using Hindu certificate is against the constitution. But the best part of it is a retired Supreme Court Chief Justice himself was like that. I don't want to name him to make me safe. But I'll tell you, Supreme High Court, in the Kerala High Court, I mean, now again, our best friend Rahul Gandhi used to carry a red book, which you proved is empty. See, and when for the Constitution, for Indian Constitution, three are important. One is legislation, second is executive, third is judiciary. See, for the legislation, after Prime Minister, the highest authority is Speaker. When Modi announced his candidate, Congress appointed an opposition candidate, which is 𝗤𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗀. This man was disqualified by being a Christian, had 𝗟𝗔 certificate, and in two previous elections, he submitted two different Tahsildar certificates claiming two different 𝗟𝗔 castes. But he went into Supreme Court and got his 𝗟𝗔 certificate cleared, and he continues today of 3 more elections. Now, this is Congress, and that time the case was filed by opposition CPM. Now, CPM has got an MLA from Devapriya, very close to Munnar. I mean, there the MLA is one Mr. Raja. He is a Christian. He has got his election, dismissed by Kerala High Court. Now it is stayed in Supreme Court. I don't know what is going to happen. These things has to stop. This is against Constitution. So Christians are doing everything against Constitution, and our Rahul Gandhi should talk about it.
Thank you so much, sir. And there's much that needs to be fixed. I don't know when this is going to happen, because everywhere these minorities promising vote banks are getting extra privileges. It's not there to the majority. I don't know when the majority is going to start rebelling on this. So we'll wait and see. Thank you so much, sir. Namaskar.
Thank you.
Thank you.